Welcome to South Florida Unlocked, where we go beyond the beaches and into the neighborhoods, giving you the information you need before making big decisions. I'm Stephan Bronson, your trusted real estate advisor in South Florida, and with me today I have Desiree Guel.
Thanks, Stephan. Yes, we are unfiltered and we are unlocked. Today we're going to dive into 4 really unique cities. We've got Pompano Beach, Lighthouse Point, Margate, and Tamarack. And by the end, you're going to know exactly what it feels like to live in each one of these cities.
All right, so starting off hot with Lighthouse Point.
Yes.
The funny thing about Lighthouse Point is I grew up right across the street from it.
Okay.
And for the first 10 years of my life, we lived just on the other side of Federal Highway. And I always thought, what would it be like to live in Lighthouse Point one day? And I'm not there yet, but maybe if I ever desire to have a boat, that I will live in Lighthouse Point.
That's
we'll see.
the place to live.
But it is exclusive waterfront in that regard. Boaters love Lighthouse Point. You have a lot of houses right on the water with private docks.
Right.
Park your boat, no fixed bridges.
Right.
You just take the waterways right out to the ocean. If you love to fish, it's the place for you. And it's very residential.
Yeah.
So I mentioned Federal Highway. That's where you have all the commercial, right? And then just east of that is Lighthouse Point, and it's almost strictly residential.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it makes it just a really small, tight-knit boating community. It's actually one of the older cities. It was built in 1928.
Right.
And one of the oldest commercial structures in Lighthouse Point. It was a speakeasy during the Prohibition.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
I know.
And it was
You had a
only
boat
accessible
there.
by boat.
Yeah.
Until 1953
Could you
when
imagine
they filled
doing
in.
that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, and then there's a lighthouse, right?
Right. And the lighthouse is kind of cool because it's the Hillsborough Inlet Lighthouse. That's what they call it. And it's kind of neat because they call it the Big Diamond. It has like diamond shaped windows in it. And that's kind of how it got its name, which I thought was a little fun fact. But it's an iconic landmark in Broward. And it's kind of where everybody goes and docks and anchors in and just kind of hangs out and enjoys the water.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very, I don't know how to say this, but it's kind of bougie.
It is bougie.
It's
But
like not like
a
Parkland
chill
bougie.
way,
Yeah.
like a chill bougie.
Yeah. It's more like all right, I got money, but I like the laid back lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So when you picture Lighthouse Point, other than the lighthouse itself, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, we talked about how it's a waterfront city, and you've got all the waterfront dining, and it's just kind of more of a laid back vibe overall. Again, just very, very, if you're a boater, that's where you want to live. And that's kind of the first thing I always think of, like, got a boat, let's go to Lighthouse Point. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a little quiet, upscale. You've got the marinas, you've got the parks. And since you've shown some homes there, what do buyers really care about when it comes to Lighthouse Point? What are you feeling like they're looking for?
Yeah, good question. Other than the boats and having the private docks, I mean, you have a lot of older homes, right? So built in like 1950s to 1970s.
Yeah.
But some of these homes have been completely torn down and like rebuilt.
They have.
And some of them that are older, they've been completely modified by previous homeowners. You'd actually be kind of lucky to find like an original like 1955 home in Lighthouse Point because it's likely to have been worked on since then or just torn down and rebuilt.
Yeah.
But the homes there, you're looking at probably like $1 million plus just because of the waterfront and deep ocean access.
Yeah.
And very limited inventory.
Right.
I feel like no matter what the real estate market is doing at the time, the demand is relatively high in Lighthouse Point at all times, just because it's so small and there's nowhere to build.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like you're filling in spaces with new construction.
Sure.
You know, you kind of have to purchase the land, and if you want this grand home, you just kind of knock down what's there and rebuild.
Yeah.
There's no HOA, so.
I know. It's an amazing place to live. And there's some really great hidden gems there. It is small, but Lighthouse Point definitely has some great places to go. You've got the Naughty Dog Cafe right on the marina, which is awesome. I don't know if you've been there.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I've been there once. Actually, no, twice. And it was great. The first time I went, it actually poured, which was kind of funny because we were outside trying to dine, and we ended up running inside. But it was such a cool place. Definitely one of those places that you want to go to when going to Lighthouse Point. You can literally dock your boat for breakfast. Then you've got the Dan Witt Park, which, are you familiar with that?
I've been to Dan Witt Park. Yep.
Okay. So I know that's where like a lot of sports things happen. You know, the community gets together for picnics and things like that. I personally have never been there yet, but I know
Okay.
you have.
Yeah, it's a great spot. I mean, we used to go there when we were kids too. My brother and I would ride our bikes there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's always nice to have like one great park where you grow up. But here you have so many amazing parks. That's like the number one thing I love as far as like raising a family in the towns, Lighthouse Point and all those that surround it. There's always such great parks around here to go to.
There really is. Yeah, there really is. I say that's definitely something unique about South Florida in general.
sure.
It's a fantastic spot, especially for families.
Mm-hmm.
I had a client one time that actually wanted to look at homes in Lighthouse Point, and they were from the Florida Keys.
Okay.
So already, like, probably have a boat, probably
Yeah.
love fishing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Lighthouse Point is the perfect spot for
Right.
you. They just wanted to get away from all like the hustle and bustle with the tourism and whatnot in the Keys, but
Yeah,
they
it's a
wanted
different
they wanted a
lifestyle.
similar type of lifestyle, just not in that location. So we were touring Lighthouse Point, and the inside of this particular property was outstanding.
Yeah.
And we go inside, and I can't wait to show them the primary bedroom
Yeah.
and the kitchen. And what do you know? The husband goes straight outside to the backyard
That's right.
and says, "Where's the dock? I need to see the dock." And he starts measuring the dock. He's got his like
That's
tape
awesome.
measure out and everything. And I'm like, "All right, so you don't care about the kitchen at all. You just want to know where you're going to park your boat." So that's just, he is the epitome of someone who would love
Yeah, would
Lighthouse
thrive
Point
there.
and would thrive there.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yep. So, that's Lighthouse Point for you. I mean, many buyers, like the water matters more than the actual house
It
itself.
does. I mean, if you're a boater or you just love that kind of peaceful waterfront lifestyle, Lighthouse Point gives you that kind of exclusivity and charm that you really can't find anywhere else in Broward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it does come with the higher price point. So
It
you
does.
just have to be aware of that. But I think it's worth it. I mean, I still have dreams of living there one day. We'll see. But funny enough, I was going to ask you before we started, what city on the list do you think I haven't lived in? Because it
I know,
seems
we were
like I've
talking
lived
about
everywhere
that
in Broward County.
Last time. I know, which I think is so hysterical. You don't really find that with people. So
Yep.
you're definitely, that's just crazy to me. So Lighthouse Point, Stephen, put it on your bucket list. It's happening.
All right. I'll have to put that on my bucket list and really.
It's where
maybe,
you
I don't know.
retire. You'll just retire.
But if I
there.
don't want a
That'll be it.
boat, do I still want to live in Lighthouse Point?
No,
Probably.
you want a boat.
Probably.
You want a boat. Who doesn't want a boat?
If anything, I'll get a jet ski.
There you go.